We did some good things competitively, and we kept their number of threes down. So those are the positives. Negatives, we turned it over too much. There's things to build on here. So we got day of practice tomorrow, and then playing a Houston team that's going to be a different kind of challenge, but it'll be a good challenge for us.
What up, Naptown? Hey, I'm Sheldon Carter. This Carter 94 feet at the Indiana Pacers. It was a pretty good game. Overtime, they lost against the Memphis Grizzlies, unfortunately. But it was some good things we saw in this preseason debut for this 2023-24 season. The rookies, Jarace Walker, he was hooping, man. He was hooping. He was doing his thing. Hey, man, he had about, let's say, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Also shot 7 for 15, and that was 46% from field. Hey, he was doing his thing. Benedict Mathurin, he was doing the typical since last year, but more so what we saw early on was good shooting ability. He was shooting pretty well. He shot 2 for 5 from 3. Also 53% from the field, which ended up him having 18 points, 7 rebounds, which is pretty impressive. Now, there were some things with Benedict Mathurin that I would say will still need to improve. He was gambling a lot, seeing him try to get some interceptions, play the pass lanes at times, just gambling too much, which led to Memphis Grizzlies buckets. But there were also some good things, him hustling on defense, trying to be aggressive, which led to some illegal screens for the Memphis Grizzlies, which helps the Pacers to get the ball. So there were some good and bad things that will still need to be worked on, but it's the first game of the preseason. You know, people got to get some reps. People got to get conditioned and used to the game like setting, no matter how much you practice in training camp. So I'm going to say it's just one game, but there were some good things to work upon, and there were some things that still need to be worked on or adjusted for the next following game as they play the Rockets. And I think that will be on the 10th of October against the Rockets. So we're going to see what they can do the next following game. But Jarace Walker, he was my favorite player that I was looking at this game. He showed a lot of potential that most people looked at him as in Houston. The shooting ability, to be more specific, because he didn't shoot as well in the summer league. But he really shot that thing real good this game. Showed the potential of what he can be. Like, mostly I think this is the game that really showed what he's capable of, potentially, if you put things together. Now, it wasn't high scoring, but in terms of like giving you basically a sprinkle of a little bit of everything. Showed a little bit of playmaking, showed his shooting ability, his defensive ability, showed a sprinkle of a little bit of everything that he could be capable of. Only thing you got to do is polish it. Continue polishing it and just getting better and improving. But there were some good things to see from Jarace Walker. His ability to block shots, chase down. Now, there were some things that still need to be worked on with him, is basically being careful passing the ball. He had the right idea sometimes in the game, but there were times where he would pass the ball at the wrong point in time, which would lead to a turnover. Or just the wrong windows of him passing the ball, or just I don't know. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Him just passing it at the wrong time, or just not accurate enough. That's what I would say. But he does have the right idea, or maybe just not accurate enough. I wouldn't say accurate. I would say more so just forcing it too much. Maybe he tried to force it too much in tight windows, like bounce passes and such, trying to force a pass and make that play. But it's just like that window is so tight, they're paying attention to it, so it's going to be a steal which will lead to the Pacers turnover. So that will be something I want to see him improve on, is limit his turnovers this next following game against the Rockets. But Ben Shepherd, he's another one that was hooping. He had about 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot 3 for 10 from 3, because he was shooting a lot of crazy threes off the dribble. on the dribble, on the pull up and step back. I don't want to say step back. He didn't really do a step back, but more so all just on the dribble pull ups. He showed a lot of that, and I don't know if that's his game at the moment, because he probably wouldn't have ended up 3 for 10 from 3-point range if he didn't pull up a lot off the on the dribble. I feel like his best shooting was when he was off the dribble through a catch and shoot. That would be probably his bread and butter and something he need to continue working on. And he probably would need to continue learning from Buddy Hield. That'd probably be the biggest suggestion for him, is to continue learning and probably learn from Buddy Hield, who he could potentially play the same type of motion in a game, going off the picks and just receiving and just throwing it up on a catch and shoot. That would probably be the best way he could score and just help the team stretch on the floor, is through the catch and shoot. At the moment, that would probably be the best thing. I want to see him continue learning from Buddy Hield. I think that would be the biggest thing for him. Also, now I don't know if maybe him getting stronger messed up his shooting ability, but we're gonna see what happens next following game, because I know it's just one game. But at the moment, for this game, Jalen Smith was a bricking, but he did be aggressive at the end of the game, attacking the paint. I give him props for that, though. He was aggressive attacking the paint and helping them go into overtime. So I give him props on that part. Want to see what he can do shooting the ball, though, because he was iffy from the free throw line, hitting the clutch free throw, unable to do that, unable to hit the mid range, unable to hit the three. I was like, damn. So hopefully he can bounce back and show something this next following game. Those pretty much my main guys that I was impressed by. Everybody did well. Basically, everybody scored that had minutes on the floor. Everybody scored. That's good. So I give them. Hey, the Pacers did pretty well, man. Want to see them continue improving. One of the biggest things that Rick Carlisle said in the post game, he said that want to see them improve on not having that many turnovers, which I agree with. They did have a lot of that. Well, a lot of them was transition missing, topping and transition. We could have had some dunks. Benedict Mathurin missed the opportunity to pass the ball to Toppin in a fast break. That was a turnover. It's just so many things. Like Jarace Walker trying to throw in tight windows. Probably just continue growing his pass IQ. That'll probably be the biggest thing for Jarace Walker. Continue growing that, because he had 4 turnovers. I don't know why. I felt like it was more, but hey. But he had 4 turnovers. Had 4 assists with those 4 turnovers. But yeah, that'd probably be the biggest thing. I want to see him lower them turnovers, as well as everybody else. And hey, I mean, like I said, everybody else did pretty well. Just want to see a little bit of things improve, lowering the turnovers, like Rick Carlisle said. But there were some good things I saw from everybody, pretty much. Mainly the two-way ability, the defense. Obi Toppin, he did pretty decent on defense, but at the same time, Jaren Jackson Jr., there's only so much you can do, because it seemed like he's taking this game to the next level. Sometimes good defense, better offense. That's the best way I can put it, man. Because Jaren Jackson Jr., he was hooping. Now, still want to see Obi Toppin continue growing on that end. He said he improved. He been working on it. Hey, I want to see that. Same for, Mathurin talking about want to be two-way. I want to see that. Continue seeing that growth. It's only one game, so I won't want to criticize too much. But those are things that I am noticing. Obi Toppin, he contested very well on Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, he also, the first possession, when the Memphis Grizzlies got the ball, he stopped the alley-oop to Jaren Jackson Jr. So, hey, that's a good sign. And he also kicked it off with some threes. So that was good to see as well. Him stretching the floor. Just want to see him continue growing on the defensive end and getting those rebounds, because he ended up with 5 rebounds. 15 minutes, 16 minutes for Turner. He didn't really do a crazy amount, but he played some defense. But, it was a lot of fouling as well. They got to limit the fouling. They got to limit the turnovers. Want to continue seeing the shooting grow from everybody. Definitely Ben Shepherd. Definitely Jarace Walker. Because I'm telling you like this. If Jarace Walker can stretch the floor like this, I don't see why not. At some point down the road, you could potentially look at a lineup with Jarace Walker at the 3 and Obi Toppin at the 4. Solely off of Jarace Walker's ability to play the perimeter defense very well. If he's playing good perimeter defense and stretching the floor and not turning the ball over, playmaking the way he's able to or has the potential to, if that comes together, now that may help the conversation of who starts and who's on the bench. Hell, put them together in the starting lineup. But like I said, that depends on the growth of Jarace Walker. All that will depend on his growth. All that. We'll have to see. Can he be consistent from deep? Because he has to always also be volume with it. He has to be a volume shooter. He shot 4 for 9. That's 44%. That's very impressive. But he has to show some consistency, because this is one game. But like I said, if he does, damn it, put them together. Put Walker and Obi Toppin together. I don't see why not. People be forgetting about that. I hate when, you forget he's very versatile. He can play many positions. I hate when they try to limit or box somebody in to 1 or 2 things that is more than them able to. Mainly I hear about Walker being a small ball 5 and all that. He's probably able to do that at certain points in the game, but also, why not look at him as a 3? I think the biggest part is people probably don't look at him as a 3 at times because of his shooting ability at times in college in Houston, because he shot only 34% from 3. So that being said, there may be a hesitation towards whether Jarace Walker should be as a small forward, but 34% is not that bad. I guess maybe the idea is it's going to drop because it's the NBA range compared to college. Well, if he want to be great and from hearing from him and the training camp press conferences, post availability, whatever, for the training camps, he's talked about he want to show what he's capable of, because he feel like he's listed as just a defender, and he feel like he's capable of doing a lot more. That being said, I feel like I know what he's capable of. He's showing the potential. Also, I see him in a lot of clips putting in work with Chris Brickley and many others. I can definitely see him working on trying to be a small forward. Also hearing in different interviews, like him talk about how people he looked up to or people he tried to copy his game or copy game from, people like Jason Tatum, that's what he's brought up, and many others, and those are small forwards. So knowing that he works and look at those type of players, that should tell you everything you need to know, that he's going to be working on his game to be a potential small forward. So I can guarantee you that could be a possibility, man, if he's consistent from 3. You could be looking at a lineup of Tyrese Halliburton. You could be looking at a lineup with Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Jarace Walker, Obi Toppin, and Miles Turner. That's what it could be. But it's more than just Jarace Walker that leads to the shooting ability. Because we all know Benedict Mathurin was another player that you looked at as someone who needs to improve from the range from last year to this year coming up, because he shot 32% from 3. But gotta remember, early on he shot better than that. He was around 36 in college, 36, 37 in college, and was a catch and shoot type of player, and was able to shoot the ball in traffic. So he's shown some great ability. So even early on in the NBA when he was heating up and was rookie of the month last year. So he showed the capability. He just has to show that consistency and not drop off and drop that percentage. The way it went from like 36 to 32, somewhat like that, 37, something like that, and dropped to 32. And I was like, ugh. So hopefully he can show some good ability with that. So that would probably be the two things that I would look at if that to have that lineup work. The shooting ability, consistency from Jarace Walker, and the same thing for Benedict Mathurin if that lineup were to work and be long term. Also, please do not have Buddy Hield handle that ball. They be trying to do that. They be trying to have Buddy Hield handle the ball like he a point guard. The man turns the ball over too damn much. What Tyrese Halliburton pops say? Catch and shoot. That's it. That is it. Like, he said something like that last year. Hey, I'm with it. He don't need to be doing nothing else. Maybe a straight line drive to the rim if they jump and go right past him. That is a good thing as a shooter. He's showing the capability of getting to the rim, but handling the ball, trying to size up or set up a play. Oh man. I really don't want him dribbling and driving to the rim too much now anyway, even with that. Because of the ability of other players that we have. And we've seen what the hell happened when he tried. Like in late game stretches. Go back to the Minnesota Timberwolves and Pacers game from last year when Rudy Gobert sent that shit to the stands damn near, if I recall. Hey, I don't know about all that now. Let's not do that. Same for Ben Shepherd. It was a little iffy for Ben Shepherd. Turned the ball over almost, or did he? I think it was a challenge, if I recall this game. And yeah, lost the ball and turned up a jump ball. Memphis Grizzlies got the ball, and that was unfortunately our turnover. So yeah, I'm a bit iffy. I'm not fully there like Buddy Hield, but with Ben Shepherd it's 50-50. I'm iffy on that. We're gonna have to see though what happened with the Pacers. I am looking forward to seeing the Pacers continue improvement and hoping they can continue improving. But I am liking what I'm seeing from the first game because it's nothing. You shouldn't expect anything to be perfect in the one preseason game. It's all warm-ups and trying to get all the kinks out, seeing what people are capable of, just weighing everything out. And I think as an impression, there were some good things to see. But there are also some things you want to get used to and improve, like I said. But the biggest story today, or tonight, whenever you're watching this, Jarace Walker, hey, keep your eyes on him because he will definitely force the Pacers to give him opportunity. Though if he playing like that. Now, it's like I said, it's one game, but hey, that was one hell of a debut, I would say, to the preseason. See what he can do against the Rockets. I see what the Pacers can do against the Rockets is for the next following game.